who are your top 5 performers right now in WWE?
So like,
Nah,
so like when you said it's like just our favorites right now.
yeah, who would you consider like if you like? Of course, we all know who the top dog is,
Right?
but like
Billy?
after Roman, like who else?
Okay.
I'm not an idiot.
I don't know, yo, Cody.
So-
Chill out, man.
Can I use a tag team for one of mine?
Yeah.
And y'all gonna judge me, okay?
I know who you go for.
But I am such a fan of Pretty Deadly. Yes, boy, those two dudes crack me all the way. They are hilarious, fam. They are Pretty Deadly, the musical, fam.
Pretty deadly.
Wait, so like, I couldn't tell if it was like audio issues or
It
if they
was
were
not
just
synced
singing
up
fast,
when they were
like,
doing the stuff for Nia Jax, but Pretty Deadly, them backstage just trying to get the musical off the ground has been one of my greatest joys. I became a fan of them when actually they came to Milwaukee for SmackDown. They fought the Street Profits. And when you're watching wrestling live without commentary, it's just a different experience.
Yeah.
And they were able to tell a really good story with Street Profits, which made me really respect their wrestling ability. So I was like, that's one of mine for sure. Yes, boy.
Who else you got?
Favorites, Jacob Fatu.
Boo!
You knew that was coming. I've told y'all that. I've said it on air quite a few times.
Boo.
Jacob Fatu.
The fact that he was whooping ass in a
Boo, fam. I can't wait for him and Roman to go.
I'm telling you,
that's gonna be
Roman. Of course, like I feel like
they're gonna be beating the shit out of
Roman's a big one. For
we probably don't even need to put Roman because
everybody's gonna say
that's
Roman.
everybody number one.
I mentioned LA Knight. I'm a big fan of LA Knight. Let me think about the other two, but those were the first ones that came to mind. I also kind of like Nia Jax.
Really?
I do. I've really been impressed with her with this time
she's a lot better
in the company.
Yeah, she's
before I was not.
Yeah.
But just seeing her growth and also her entrance where she's coming out, she's leaning to the Queen of the Ring and she's the champ.
Yeah, I'm
with
that. Yeah.
I'm here with that. I'm getting boos in the comments.
Hey, yes, boo.
That's
boo.
Yes, boy.
Boo.
Yes, boy.
But boo.
I guarantee. Listen, y'all. When y'all be watching wrestling, watch Pretty Deadly. In the back, the little things they do in the background, and man,
Pretty Deadly is a trip.
It's beautiful.
Favorites. Jey Uso. Okay.
Yeet.
Yeet.
Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, Braun.
He's on mine too.
Big Goon. Gunther.
Gunta.
Who else?
Ooh, please don't say. Don't nobody say Punk. I'm cool.
Oh, actually, since you said that,
big goons.
Let me get Seth Rollins on mine.
Yeah,
too.
Seth mine for sure. Seth on there. That nigga. He's fucking dope.
Jade and Bianca. We can do tag team.
Yeah, that's
perfect.
Yeah, that's
What
perfect.
was that? 3? I gotta go down. So I just talked about him.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wait, what did I say? Jey Uso. Jade and them. Gunther.
Braun Breaker.
Braun.
You got Roman now. So
Dom.
I mean, Roman number 1.
Yeah, we said that's what I'm saying.
That's everybody number 1.
I know, but we said we taking Roman out of it.
Right. So that's why he gave 5 different ones. And what about you?
No particular order, but like Braun Breaker, Chad Gable. Sad my boy Ricochet left, otherwise he'd have been on there.
Yeah.
But Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, and the thing is, I fuck with a lot of the mid card wrestlers. Like I was a fan of Andrade for a minute.
No,
Andrade can wrestle. Fam.
Like cold.
He can wrestle, and the entrance is outstanding. The music,
like Andrade's always been. I've always been a fan of him.
Like I'm a fan, but it don't connect. Like there's something missing this time around
where it don't hit for you.
Not, and I don't know if it's because like he can't do promos, so like you don't get like the character.
Usually have a better.
Like he's missing something. Like maybe when Charlotte is healthy.
I was just gonna say when Charlotte come back, put them together because they married anyway. That'll work.
Y'all said Bianca and Jay. Bianca just my girl.
No,
so
I love.
I got Bianca.
I just need her to.
I'll probably add Bianca and Jade as mine for my 4, and then do I don't know for my 5th yet. You go ahead.
So mine got to throw my boy Cody in there for sure.
Cody.
Cody.
Didn't nobody say Cody? Disrespectful. My nigga,
He's not a favorite.
my nigga the champion, fam.
That's cool for
my nigga
him.
don't get no love.
He's
That's
not
all
a
good.
favorite.
When we get to mine, like I got something for that.
But it's all good. So Cody, Seth, Drew. Drew been fucking cooking, fam. Drew McIntyre, Jade, and Bianca for sure. And Braun Baker. I say Baker.
Actually, though, special shout out to Bronson Reed.
Oh man, that man is starting to come on.
And then the fact that they have Braun Strowman, he got too many Brauns in WWE.
Yeah,
that's a big boy,
dog.
But Braun Strowman came out like I'm not gonna say what I want to say because like y'all already paused me too many times on the conversation. But two big wrestlers getting to fight each other.
Go ahead, get
get the big meaty. You want to see two big meaty men
slapping meat.
I'm surprised you didn't also add in Tiffy. Tiffy time. Yeah, that's much as your girl. That's like Tiffany Stratton.
I like that.
She looked like this chick who was on the most recent season of 60 Days In. I don't know if any of y'all watched.
I do. I haven't seen the new season.
I haven't seen the new season.
I haven't either.
I'm not going to ruin it for y'all.
Just like her,
but she looked like she called herself the Barbie, and she reminded me like they could be like cut like sisters.
I boo her just. I bet she like that.
To that vein, I do like Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green is hilarious.
Yes. I'm always a fan for
Samantha makes her interest fire.
I'm a fan for any wrestler that can make me laugh.
Yeah.
So again, that's why Pretty Deadly. I was like,
if
like you make me entertained when you come on my television screen and you can wrestle. That's why Kurt Angle, like immediately for me was like, I'm in.
Yeah.
I am in.
But shout out to Damian Priest too, though. Like he was holding it down. Like his in ring, like he's been putting on pretty good matches.
We about to name the whole roster.
Yeah, I know. I ain't put him in there, but
I know. I'm just saying, like, and that gets to the point of my point, which is like everybody is just like everything is good right now.
It is. Yes. Like wrestling is great.
Like they're even making me kind of care about Final Testament.
That's garbage.
I haven't cared about New Day in a while.
Yeah.
No disrespect, New Day. I love y'all.
Hall of Fame.
But what they have, the programming they've been in, I've been like, boring.
Oh, it seems like they're trying to.
But now I'm like,
yeah, they're trying to replace Big E.
A little interesting.
Yeah.
With what's his name? Odyssey Jones.
But both of them fighting at WrestleMania. Y'all see that?
Who?
Kofi and
they could get
fight
there
at WrestleMania and
Jay-Z said slapping meat is crazy, by the way.
See, y'all want to have me on the Summer Jam screen.
Man.
So I was telling Sam, like, this roster, because you got a Randy versus Gunther too.
Yes,
right?
That's gonna be
great.
And I was telling her, I was like, dude, this roster has been good for a minute, but now, like, with the story and everything that they're doing, like, this roster is crazy talented across the board. I was like, imagine Prime Randy, and like he's had his issues and stuff like that, but like Randy on this roster, bro, that would have like just nuts.
Like we're saying,
like because he's still there. It's just I'm like minus the back injury, he probably would have been a little bit more.
No, but to your point, that's why I love the mix of vets they currently have because Randy has such a cachet behind him.
Yeah.
I text y'all, but I thought about this last week and I was like, Randy, because before he was even announced, I was like, Randy Orton would be a great first competitor for Gunther in that belt because he's established.
Yeah.
He don't need to, like, a loss don't hurt him.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's somebody who has enough like cachet behind him where you're like, this is a big fight. It's a great, kind of like how Cody's first one was AJ Styles.
I was the same with AJ.
Like, this is a great first opponent for this belt.
Like you said, like the rosters right now, which it is. I think the difference now is like they're actually utilizing everybody in a way that makes them matter. Like the problem before was just like they've had stacked rosters before. So again, like what I said before, where it's like Vince would like be on something for a couple weeks and then just drop it out of nowhere, and like there's not that booking, there wasn't good storytelling. Like it was just bad, and it wasn't because like they had bad wrestlers. Like they have the greatest wrestlers in the world. No offense to AEW, but like they do. Like WWE is the top for a reason.
No offense, but offense.
I mean, I'm saying like that's like saying like NBA is the greatest league in the world. Like that's no shade to the Euro League. Like it just is.
Unless you
Damn. Like, and so the issue has always been like how they've been used, how the stories have been told, like the positions that you put people in. Like if you, like it seemed like at various points, like Vince would just do shit to spike the crowd.
Yep.
And it's like Triple H is giving crowd service without it feeling like, oh, he's just doing what people want. It's like, no, you're telling stories. People want to see the stories get to their logical conclusion. Like, that's satisfying as a viewer.
And Triple H actually be dialed in and checking how fans are responding to the product, because he's like, I want to see if this is if people are starting to land with this particular storyline. If not, then we can kind of,
because that's the basis of wrestling. Like, if you think about it, when they're in the ring, like, they're paying attention to what the crowd is reacting to. Like, if they're doing something that they think is great, and then the crowd is just like sitting on their hands, they're gonna switch it up and try to do something different.
And to your point too, just think about the storylines and how they've been built. Like, I'm a bigger fan of Damian Priest now than I was when he had the belt. Like, this whole Terror Twins that they got going on, and like, I'm just enjoying it. And before we move on from wrestling, just an old random favorite wrestler shout out for a brief period of time, and I wish he could have been on this roster because his comedy would have been so well placed now. Damien Sandow.
Thank you.
Damien, who that?
He used to wear the role. I'm not sure if you were watching when he was.
He was Miz's
stunt double.
Dude, the Miz would get hit in the ring and Sandow be on the ringside falling over and shit like he got hit. Like, wow, whole match.
I gotta go back. If y'all got some clips, I need to go.
But he also was like, he also had the role where he was like a scholar. Yes. So he always felt like he was the smartest man in the room whenever he stepped in the ring. So he'd come out with like scarves and shit. And
but when he was the stunt double, whatever happened to Miz and he's imitating an outside
that sound nuts. That sound crazy.
It was hilarious.
Chair shots, getting speared. Like, my man's outside the ring, falling and shit, flying all over the place. Like, he was wilding.
Shout out to Damien Sandow. Jay-Z added, Vince always said that he was in the entertainment business, and I do believe he felt that way, but I think that the person he was looking to be entertained first and foremost was himself.
Yeah, himself.
Not the fans necessarily. Like, when the whole Daniel Bryan Yes movement happened, and he was like, his hand was forced, I think that's like one of the few times I can remember Vince being like, fine, here, y'all get what y'all want, because Vince was going to do what Vince.
What, did how many times he had to wrestle that night? Twice, right?
He opened and then he closed.
Yeah. That's nuts. Yeah. And both of the matches were brutal, too.
Yes, they were.
That's why he then missed like a year of his career.
Yeah.